Hello and welcome back to the third part of the Brushes of Death DLC, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I'm absolutely loving this so far. The pagan side of things, it's got my curiosity very piqued. Very piqued. I'm excited to see what the third part of this the third quest line rather. The third quest in his series of quests. Let's see what's going on here.
Have you decided what you need my help with?
Aye. At least, I think so.
What's that stuff that you keep drinking?
Oh, just something. For courage. Better tell me, do you know the saying, the ends justify the means?
I've heard it.
I've always hated it. But lately, I've been wishing it were true, and that God would be gracious to me.
That sounds like you need a priest, not me.
What I really need is paints. I'm running out.
I'm curious if he's drinking paint for some reason. That just seems like something Voida would do. I don't know. Pray and God will grant them to you. How does this relate to God? How can I help you with this? I don't think Voida is a man of prayer. He doesn't strike me as one.
Well, then pray to the Lord and he might grant you some grace. Which colour are you missing? Yellow?
It's not that simple. I want to try something out. You know, pigments are often mixed with egg yolk. It makes the paint more durable and resistant to mold. And I want to use an egg that probably no one has tried before. And before you ask, just about everything from the bird kingdom has already been tried. I've fallen out of trees chasing that idea.
That would explain a lot.
I know exactly what I need. But I can't do it all alone.
Is he about to send me to fetch an egg? I'm going to say nothing.
Painting isn't just about colors and forms. Mostly it's about bringing light out of darkness. In short, I want a basilisk egg.
Oh. A basilisk egg. I don't think basilisk exist, my good man.
A basilisk egg? That's nonsense, isn't it?
It doesn't have to be. Think of it as us being pioneers.
Oh,
And is it really necessary to pioneer a thing like that?
Don't worry.
so he
We
wants us
won't
to
let
lie?
the creature hatch. Aren't you at least curious about what could happen? Nobody's ever tried something like this before.
Yeah, I can imagine why.
You like trouble, don't you?
First you nearly get eaten by wolves. Now you're dabbling in black magic. What's wrong with living an ordinary life?
I don't know anything like that, and I don't want to, thank you very much. Art is always wrought from suffering.
Yeah, I talked about that last episode where the grandma mentioned that he looked very sorrowful, and I mentioned something about, artists and their pain, and yeah, he just also mentioned something about it. I'm not going to ask why he's going to send me to look for it, because he's kind of incapable. He's shown us that already.
Look, don't take it the wrong way. I'd help you if I could. But I reckon the last basilisk around here died ages ago. I've certainly never seen one at any merchant stall.
Well, that's because basilisks don't lay eggs. They hatch from eggs laid by a black cockerel and brooded by a toad.
Okay, that solves that. So it's a chicken egg that is raised by a toad? Am I understanding that right? Where can I find a toad?
Can you tell me where to find a toad?
They live in wetlands and by stagnant water, and they croak quite loudly.
Don't
It
mimic a
sounds something
toad.
like this.
Don't a toad. Okay.
Apparently there are lots of them near the ponds around Zhelyov.
I said
All
crowed.
right, I'll find a place where the toads are croaking. But what then? How do I make them sit on the egg?
You don't. You just place it in their nest and wait to see if one sits on it.
But I could be waiting until doomsday.
This
Oh,
could
don't
take forever.
exaggerate. Leave it there for a day and a night, and I bet it'll turn into a basilisk egg.
And how do you tell that? By the colour? Or the smell, maybe?
Well, who knows? Try it and see for yourself.
We're just experimenting out here. I'm gonna have to steal a cockerel egg, but that's all right. I can ask him to make the sound again. I don't wanna. I didn't want him to make it in the first place. Okay.
Where can I get a cockerel egg, of all things? And how do I even tell it apart from a hen's egg?
It's easier than you think. People at the castle talk about all sorts of interesting things. They say a rather unusual black cockerel runs around the yard of some Slavic in Samin. I'd start by asking him.
Who, the cockerel?
Very droll.
I'm not gonna ask any more questions. Actually, hold up.
And, what do toads sound like? I want to make sure I don't get it wrong.
Oh my god, yeah, I don't need to know anymore.
So let's sum it up. I find a cockerel egg, leave it in the toad nest for a day and a night, and then bring it back to you.
Exactly. Best of luck, my friend.
That toad noise is something else. I enjoy that. Alright. So we have to go steal an egg or find an egg and then have said egg raised by a toad. Or brooded by a toad, rather. Very, very out there. Very experimental of you, Voida. We'll see what happens. Gotta go to Samin first, get the egg, and then bring it back to a toad. Oh, Samin. Oh, no. Regrets. We gotta find some fella named Slavic?
Good to see
Slava?
you.
Something? Just gonna ignore that catch pull. Slava, something, something. Saliva? Slavic. Alright, let's see what's going on here with this guy.
Lord be with you.
I heard you've got a rather unusual cockerel. Pitch black.
And what's so unusual about that? A black cockerel isn't anything out of the ordinary.
True. But I've also heard your cockerel lays eggs.
Oh? Where do you hear such nonsense?
Ah, you know how it is. Rumours spread and everyone twists and embellishes them. I'm just curious if there's any truth to it.
Someone must have been pulling your leg. I don't have any cockerel like that.
He's hiding it from us. I just want to study the animal. Let's go that way, the charismatic way. Let's not threaten him with anything.
Don't worry. I'm not a bailiff or an inquisitor. I'm a student from the University of Prague.
Oh. Well, I'm sorry then?
I don't mean you any trouble. I just want to have a good look at the cockerel. I've seen a boar give birth to piglets and a bull that gave milk. People always talked about blessings or even miracles. Wouldn't it be a shame to keep something like that from the world?
All right, I'll tell you, but I'd really appreciate it if you didn't spread it around too much. I did have a black cockerel. A young one, since my Boniface died recently. But that black one was so small and stunted, just peculiar. So, I decided to put it down and took it to the woods. A runt like that wasn't even fit for soup.
Okay, so let me just... I wasn't really picking up on it being a cockerel, a male chicken that laid eggs. I was not picking up on that until it was just shoved in my face like this right now. Not to put it in a negative way, like it was... They made it really clear that that's the case here. And this guy just said it was kind of mutated and runty looking, and that is consistent with some supernatural stuff that's going on. Okay, yeah, all right. Did you keep any of its eggs?
And did you
Just
keep
wanted
any of its eggs?
to say that.
Oh, I took them away along with the carcass. Who knows? There might have been something devilish about them.
Devilish. Wow. Wow. They're really hammering that in here, that something really weird is going on. Where did you take it?
Where exactly did you take the cockerel?
Just over there, to the edge of the woods. There's a little dung heap. You might still find it there.
All right. I'll go and have a look.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, he put the cockerel down. We're gonna go try and find its body and oh, are these wild dogs? Am I just running up on wild dogs right now? Yeah, okay. Mutt, can you I don't want to hurt wild dogs, but let's just pull out the hammer in case. Is that the cockerel right there? Yeah, it is. Looks like this is happening, unfortunately. Let it come in on me. And attack. Alright, well, that deals with that. I think I saw the cockerel. Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. Maybe it laid an egg before or after dying for some weird reason.
Here he is. Poor thing. Let's hope the egg's here too.
Oh, rooster's egg. Yeah, rooster's egg. Roosters don't lay eggs. It doesn't even need to be said, but very weird. And he's gonna call it a basilisk egg, which puts another mythical spin on things. Let's go give it to a frog, I guess, and have the frog brood on it for a day and a night. Now we gotta listen out for a frog. That sound that he was making earlier. Oh my gosh. I'm hearing something. On this little island here. Probably. Yep, here we go. Okay.
The toads are croaking here. There's a nest. And I've got the egg from the black cockerel too. So let's do this.
Here we go.
Alright.
Place that egg.
Now it's just a matter of waiting a day for the toads to brood it. But I'd better leave so I don't disturb them while they're in. Bloody hell.
Well, they're doing their nasty thing. Well, thanks, Henry, for that image. Some frog nasty. Okay. Let's just wait a whole day. I've got the contemplative perk, so it doesn't take away too much nourishment or energy, which is nice to say. And it looks like the egg is ready. I didn't even have to sleep. That's kind of convenient. I'll head on back to the nest and pick up my egg, and hopefully Voida will be a happy guy. Still very curious about Voida's story. Don't know if he'll be trustworthy in the long run. Still wary of him, but, you know, you gotta help him to see where it all goes. I do think the painting puts Henry a good light. The last painting that he made in front of the shrine. He gave Henry wings. It's kind of cool. Alright, basilisk egg. That's gnarly.
Well, I'll be damned. It completely changed colour. Or maybe it just got mouldy. Well, Voita can decide that for himself.
Yeah, let Voida be the dictator of how that goes. I'm curious if we'll unlock more symbols and designs for the shield along the way. If not, that's perfectly fine. There's tons already. Alright, Master Voida. Yeah, here's his painting that I was just talking about a little while ago. That thing's crazy looking. Absolutely nuts looking. Okay.
I've got the basilisk egg. Laid
Let's help
by
him make
black
more.
Cockerel, brooded by a toad. Just for you.
Really? Surely you... Quickly, give it here.
Oh, sure.
Oh my gosh, we have more.
Sorry, of course. I'm grateful.
I wasn't
and I will
expecting more.
reward you. The basilisk won't hatch from the egg, but it would look great on a shield. I could paint it for you as a keepsake. I don't have any coin right now, but you know what? Take this ring of mine. If you don't like it, you can at least sell it for a few groschen.
So much effort for a rotten egg. Just crack the egg already. Let's just say thank you.
Thanks. Glad I could help. So, what now? Are you going to crack the egg already?
As soon as I've prepared everything I need. But I'd like some peace and privacy for it, if you don't mind.
Seriously? I just want to watch.
No, you distract me. Understand that I have to handle something this rare with extreme care.
Fine. Sorry. I reckon I'll leave then.
Wait, I didn't mean it like that. I just need peace. My head's a bit of a mess right now.
Takes a gulp of whatever is in that potion. Alright, that should help. What do you expect from this paint? You will probably go that route, because I have a 29. I'm sure that will work.
What are you hoping to achieve with this basilisk paint? What makes it so special? A basilisk can kill with a glance, right? At least that's what they say.
It depends. Some people claim it's the basilisk's breath that's deadly. Unfortunately, there's precious little real evidence.
And is it smart to mix something like that into paint? What if you poison yourself?
I appreciate your concern, but you don't need to worry. The paint has several ingredients, and the yolk is just one of them. Even if it's poisonous, I'll manage somehow.
He doesn't
To be
seem very
honest,
concerned.
I don't expect the paint I mix to be miraculous. What matters more is the quality of the pigments and the correct proportions.
Then why did I go to so much trouble?
It's all about the story. When I tell people how
It's about the
difficult it
journey.
was to acquire the paint, they'll happily pay me to decorate their hall with something so miraculous.
But
Fair
I'll have
enough.
you whipped for making it all up.
That could happen too.
Also true.
That's why you've
Yeah.
got to be careful about what you reveal. And more importantly, to whom.
Very intriguing. Gotta be careful about who you share your process with. Oh my goodness.
What's making such a mess in your head?
It's hard to explain, sorry. But sometimes I almost wish my cursed skull were as empty as that painted one on the shelf.
So what are you going to do once you've made the basilisk paint?
I'd like to leave here soon for another job, but I still have something very important to finish.
I'll ask if I can help him with it, just because, you know.
Is there any way I can help you with that?
At the moment, I can't think of anything. I just need to meet with someone. But right now, I need to mix
Suspicious.
this basilisk paint.
Very
so if you don't
suspicious.
mind,
Why did
I'd
he
like to
pause
be
before
alone
saying
for a
that?
while. Come back tomorrow. By this time, I should have everything done.
Can I at least paint my shield before he kicks me out of his room? I have to come back tomorrow to continue the quest line. Let's see what kind of new paintings there are.
Stop by later. I can't.
Oh no! All right, we'll stop by later. We'll paint the shield later. Very cool. All right, well, we helped him find a basilisk egg. He's gonna go meet someone very shadily, I think, and he doesn't want Henry to be here for many reasons, for multiple reasons. We're gonna come check on him tomorrow, I guess. Thank you for watching the third part of Brushes with Death. I'm leaving here very suspicious right now. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.